Disclaimer. The information presented in this video regarding Project Serpo is speculative and for entertainment purposes only. The accuracy and authenticity of the events described cannot be independently verified. Any views or opinions expressed are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent the views or opinions of any organization or entity. Welcome back to our channel. In our previous episode, we delved into the fascinating story of Project Serpo. In case you missed it, feel free to check it out on our YouTube channel. Today, we'll be diving into the personal diary of the team commander's journey to the mysterious planet of Serpo. Get ready to uncover more secrets of this incredible mission. During the late 1960s, the United States government embarked on a highly classified mission called Project Serpo. The objective of this mission was to establish diplomatic relations with extraterrestrial civilizations known as the Ebens. A team of 12 military personnel, referred to only by their three-digit numbers and nicknames, was selected for the task and sent to the distant planet of Serpo in a far-off galaxy. The first day of the mission is described in detail, including the loading of cargo into the shuttlecraft, and the team's initial impressions of the craft's design. The team members did not use retention harnesses during takeoff, but instead held onto a bar across their benches. On the first day of the mission, the team arrives at the rendezvous point, but they are confused and disoriented. They are helped by EBEs and their cargo is offloaded onto the ship. The ship is described as being very large, with high ceilings and different areas. The team is taken to a special area with bigger chairs, and they eat some sea rations and the EB's food. The MVC tells them they will begin their trip soon and they need to sit in the chairs. The team does not feel any weightlessness or dizziness yet, but they are unsure of what to expect from this point on. On day 2, the team is placed in clear containers that isolate them from the ship, causing dizziness and confusion. They are eventually treated with medicine and a bluish light by the EBEs, and they are instructed to stay in the containers at certain times. They are fed the EB's food and milky liquid, which sometimes upsets their bowels. The team is eventually allowed to leave the containers and explore the ship, which is described as being very large and containing a control center with Ebens sitting in seats. The Ebens allow the team to wander around the ship and operate the movement centers. The team is shown the engine room, which contains large metal containers and a copper-colored coil that emits a dull hum. The MVC informs them that they are halfway to their home planet and will feel better once the ship gets out of a time wave. The team commander wakes up confused and disoriented inside a glass bowl in a strange room. He finds that 11 members of their crew are also in similar bowls, but one crew member is missing. The room has soft walls and a ceiling that resembles a mattress, and there are tubes running from the bowls to the floor. He has trouble remembering how they got there and how long they have been asleep. He finds a television screen monitoring the bowls but cannot read the information displayed. He has a burning rash on his hands and wonders if it is radiation burns. He decides to return to his bowl and stop making entries in their diary. The team commander wakes up again and finds that one crew member has died while they were asleep in their bowls. The Eben provides the team with fluids and biscuits that help them feel better. The team discovers that all their equipment is in the room, and they inventory everything. They decide to keep diaries and create a 7-day calendar to keep track of time. The team jokes and tries to keep their spirits up. They also try to figure out how long they have been traveling and what happened to their missing equipment. The team commander can't find the first part of their diary and is unsure if they dreamed about getting into the command station. The crew is led to a large room where they eat and prepare for landing. They are informed by the MVC that they will be landing soon and must get back into the glass bowls. They land on a planet and gather their gear before walking down a ramp to meet a large group of Ebens. The leader welcomes them to the planet and they are led to an open arena. The crew arrives on the planet Serpo and sees a parade field with no vegetation and rolling hills. They notice two suns and a large tower with a mirror on top. The Ebens are dressed similarly and all have a box on their belts. They are welcomed by the Ebens, some of whom speak English. The crew is given a device to wear and it is very hot, with a temperature of 107 degrees. The crew takes off their jackets and notices that the Ebens wear shawls as a sign of being female. The crew notices that the Ebens all look alike except for their uniforms and the color of their clothes. They are led to a series of adobe-style houses and an underground storage area where all their gear is stored. The crew must inventory their gear and get organized. They ask for the body of 308, but Eb-2 is confused and must check with her trainer. The crew decides to have a team meeting in the lower storage area and start their calendar on their first day on planet Serpo, which is at 1300. The crew struggles with how to explain science to the Ebens, but Eb-2 proves to have a high IQ and a warm personality. The crew has a difficult first night due to gusty winds that blow dust into their huts. They discover that the Ebens do not sleep like humans do. Eb-2 leads the crew to a large building where they eat with the Ebens. They encourage each other to try the Eben food, but also decide to stick to their sea rations for some meals to adjust to the new food. The Ebens mostly ignore the crew, who feel like visitors and freaks in this new environment. The crew sees a strange creature that floats by them and asks Eb-2 about it. She explains that it's a visitor, like them, from a planet called Korta. Eb-2 shows the crew a map of the universe and points out the location of Korta and Earth. The crew thanks Eb-2 and she seems pleased, almost like an angel. She doesn't understand the term, chow hall, but repeats it back to the crew. The crew wonders if Eb-2 will think all Earth restaurants are called chow halls. The crew gets organized and assigns tasks to explore the planet. They discover pots in their huts for waste disposal and realize they have chemicals inside to dissolve their waste. They also take precautions against high radiation levels and extreme heat. The crew splits up to explore different areas, taking photographs and observing their surroundings. They find a classroom-like building and a large tower with a mirror. They encounter an Eben who doesn't speak English, but Eb-2 appears and allows them to explore a building with a glass room. The crew explores a tower with a mirror and a circle with symbols, which they speculate may be a clock or a way for the Ebens to structure their day. They realize that their Earth timepieces won't work on Serpo and must adjust to Eben time. The crew then explores a greenhouse where the Ebens grow food and learn that they need to wear head coverings to enter. They taste the water from the watering system, which tastes like chemicals but is good. They also realize that Eb-2 is monitoring them through devices on their belts. We appreciate you tuning in to our video about Project Serpo. In our upcoming episode, we'll dive deeper into the fascinating journey diary of the team commander. Be sure to stay tuned for more information and insights on this intriguing and controversial topic. Thank you for your continued support.